Hi, this is Josh Clark with this week's episode of Be Your Best. Today we're here in the second part of a series called Leadership Lessons in the Life of Moses. And we pick up in the story after he has left Egypt, after growing up in Pharaoh's household with all the privileges that came with that. He saw a problem, he tried to do something about it, he acted in haste, he killed an Egyptian, and now he's been in the wilderness for 40 years. He's 80 years old at this time. God shows up in a burning bush and he says, "Hey Moses, I've seen what's happening to my people. I've seen their affliction, and I want to bring about an Independence Day, and you're the guy who's going to deliver them." And then Moses says, whoa, you've got the wrong person. He brings up 5 reasons why it couldn't possibly be him. Number 1, he says, "Hey, God, who am I?" Have you ever felt like that? If you've seen a problem, you've seen something that something needs to be done about it. You see, or you have a vision. You see something in your family that you need to do. You see something at your workplace. You have a dream. You have a vision. You see a problem, and you say, "But who am I?" And God says to Moses, "Hey, I will be with you. You're not alone." And I think that's a message for us today. You're not alone. It's not you and I against the world. God is there with us, and he's preparing us for this moment. And then the second challenge that Moses brings up was, well, who are you? Who are you? And God says, "I am that I am. I've been here from the beginning, and I will be here until the end. I'm with you." And then he brings up the third challenge. Moses says, but whoa, what if they won't listen? And God shows him 3 signs. He says, here's 3 signs, to display my power and my might, that I'm with you. You're not alone. And then after that, Moses says, but okay, but haven't you noticed? Like, I can't speak well. Look, I got a stuttering problem. I'm going to the king of Egypt, and I'm saying, let my people go. And it's like, let my people go. And he said, hey, that ain't going to work. And God says, hey, wait a minute. I know about your challenges. I know about your, I made you. I created you. You can do it. And see, I think that's such a comforting word for you and I, because don't we see all of our shortcomings. We look at other people and we think, oh, they got it all together, but could it possibly be me? And God says, no, you're the one. You're the one. And then then finally he says, but God, send somebody else. Anybody but me. And then finally he gives in. And God says, hey, I'm going to send Aaron with you. And he goes. But there's another lesson here, because in the life of a leader, sometimes it can be lonely. Okay, sometimes you got to go it alone for a time, for a season. And Moses goes to Pharaoh in Egypt and says, let my people go, and says, no way, Jose. Are you out of your mind? I'm going to give up all these people, this free labor, not just cheap labor, but free slave labor, and let you all go? No way. And the people come to him and they say, hey, Moses, who are you? What a dumb idea. Number one, you can't do this, and we're not going with you. Now that's a challenge that every leader has to face. Do you have a vision? Are you committed? Will you go the distance with or without anyone in the beginning? And Moses ends up having to go 10 times to Pharaoh and says, let my people go. And each time, there's a new plague that hits Egypt. And then Pharaoh still says no. And Moses has to hang in there. Now, it looks like everything is going wrong. It looks like this plan there's no way it's going to bring about success in the end. But you know what? It does. Too often, the timing that you and I have isn't God's timing. Don't you look back in your life and you look at times when you say, thank God it didn't happen in my timing. We realized we weren't prepared, or there was something else we needed to learn. Or in the end, we see here in this story that when they left, they didn't just get out of Egypt. They got out in style. They got all the spoil of Egypt. The people were like, hey, take this all with you, just get out. You see, but God was up to something, but they didn't see it at the moment. See, God's up to something in your life. He has a beautiful plan. God has a purpose for you, a unique purpose. And he's equipped you with unique gifts, talents, and abilities to carry this out. And so you and I, we have to believe God is with you. God has prepared you for this moment. It's your destiny. Don't allow yourself to get to the end of your life and be in your deathbed and say, if only I had. If only I hadn't give up. If only I had persevered. See, when the challenges come, I don't view those as oh, that's a sign that I'm not supposed to do this, or a sign that I'm not called. You know what I believe? I believe that most of the time, it's a sign that indeed you have been called. You see, and that's just what happens in the life of a leader. He gets tested, challenged, and you got to push through that. And in the end, the people will come around. In the end, if you're on the right path and you've been called, it'll all come together. You just got to persevere. And so ask yourself, here's the challenge. Number one, what is that vision? What is that I have that I just need to push through and not give in and not give up? Okay, and then secondly, what is that challenge? What are the challenges that's causing us to say, hey, maybe I'm not the one, and realize, hey, you know what? You are. You've been equipped, you've been challenged, and now the second half of this year, you've been equipped for this moment. And the second half of the year, you're going to go through and you're going to bring about an Independence Day in your life. And the people around you, you're going to be a catalyst to change the world. And now this video has encouraged you, will you take a moment to share it? And together, we can be a catalyst to change the world one person at a time. God bless.